Hey friends, Blue Potato here, with a brand new installment of How to Play Wild Rift. Now that we've covered the basics of the game, the map, the champions, and the currency, it is time to put theory into practice. This video will dive into wave management by first showing you how the wave behaves. I'm going to hit a minion twice, and let the game do the rest. Notice that the blue minions are starting to pile up. This is called a slow push, where the minions accumulate while moving towards the enemy side. Although I'm not last hitting them, because the purpose of this clip is to show you how easy it is to manipulate a minion wave. Once the wave hits the turret, it will slowly start to accumulate and push back towards the blue side. You'll see the ebb and flow of the wave in action. Even with this many blue minions, the turret slays most of them, and the red minions start to push back in the same slow growth pattern. This is easy to do against nothing but minions, and it isn't educational until we see it live. So, I'm going to cut this clip short and show you what it looks like in game. If this is helpful, please remember to like and subscribe. So question of the day, how does wave management lead to this beautiful blue screen? Let me show you by setting up a custom match. No, I'm just kidding. Custom matches are good for practicing, but I'll do you one better. I will show you what wave management looks like in a real match against real people. I won't do any flashy moves since the purpose of this video is to demonstrate what wave management looks like. I cut the 25-second game intro since I'm just walking to lane. You will see me leash the red minions, which is just stopping for a moment so the minions meet closer to the red side. This means the next wave of minions will meet closer to the red side. Now a lot of people just auto attack aimlessly, but we know better now. Any attack moves the wave to the enemy side. Some of you will also notice a small mechanic in the match, where I last hit a minion and also hit set with my third ability. I also aim it away from the minions to prevent hitting them. You are now seeing an accumulation of red minions, and with the poke mechanic I have more health than set. If I were playing this game normally, I would look for much more aggressive engages. Now he has 3 caster minions to my 2. Logically, the wave will push to my turret. Another reason this is helpful, but you don't see it in this match, is that for Set to farm, he has to be closer to my turret, opening him up for jungle ganks. Thanks to wave management, poor Set has 50% HP while I have 100%, and the minions are still moving to my side. Since the red minions are overwhelming the blue minions, even though I hit them all, my blue minions are all gone. I will now leash the minions to keep them away from turret range. This is the most ideal position for the wave to be, and it is called a freeze. My job now is to take a few shots and wait for minions to collide. The red minions will always outnumber the blue minions as long as the red minions don't get into turret range. I will now demonstrate what happens if the red minions happen to crash into the turret. I will aimlessly attack the minions and also allow Set to defeat the blue minions. This is a common mistake that people make. By not causing a freeze after this play, the turret will defeat the red minions faster than the blue minions can get back to lane. Now the wave will meet in the center. This is called a reset. It is an even lane now. After just 2 minutes of game time, I have a 100 GP lead. It's not much, but it's a start. You will see Set recalling in a split second, and I know the wave is free. Now, I will actively hit the red minions to crash into red turret. This is another mistake that people make, staying in lane too long. The best play here would have been to recall after you hit the last minion. Now, Set has an item advantage after his back. Ouch, that damage. I have no choice but to recall. However, since I did push the wave to his turret, I can get back to lane and maybe miss 2 minions. I will cut the walk back from the fountain, but you'll see I got back to lane and I didn't miss a single minion. That is the power of wave management. Now I will set up a freeze again. This means that Set needs to be risky to farm. Another advantage of wave management is the experience points. You can see that I'm almost level 7 and Set isn't even halfway through level 6. Here is a macro gameplay. It is 4 minutes into the match and Rift Herald spawns at 5 minutes. For this whole minute, I'm going to try to get Set to recall so I can secure the Herald. But you need to be patient. Find an opening. I'm just doing trades with Set until he is low, and at this point I have ultimate advantage. Let's take a look at the gold difference now, from 100 GP to 400 GP in 5 minutes. Set will now concede this lane and recall. With just 7 seconds before Rift Herald spawns, I will aggressively push this lane towards him and then rotate to Rift Herald. Whether or not the jungler helps me, I can secure it myself. This is called lane prioritization, where a lane is free to rotate to an objective. On the way back to lane, what do we see? A reset wave. No minions lost. But I need to go back, so I push aggressively. I still have a 200 GP lead and I'm not doing anything fancy, just controlling the wave to my advantage. I will look for a chance to force Set to recall with me, so I engage, and I almost lose. That was a close call, friends. I have no choice but to recall now. However, I did play this correctly in wave positioning. Set will kill the siege minion, and what do you see? That's right, a reset lane. I still have a 200 GP lead on Set, and when I get back to lane I only lost 2 minions. Good trade. Now you're gonna get the feeling of deja vu. This is almost exactly like levels 1, 2, and 3, except now I will just attack more often. I am still letting the red minion wave grow, and yet again I will set up a freeze. I hope you're starting to see the pattern here. A lot of people like to play aggressively, but if gold is your biggest issue, learning this is key. Here, instead of setting up a freeze, I will look to reset the wave. Let's take a look at how the game stands. Now it's a 300 gold lead. Very nice. Set's recalled, so I'm going to look to recall myself, so I will force the wave into his turret. However, I mistakenly stayed for too long again. That gold lead is starting to move up to 400 GP. Now, instead of just standing here, I could have recalled and lost a few minions. That's okay. But instead I overstayed and Set returned. I do a few short trades with Set, and success. Recalling with the wave coming in, I force this wave into turret. I go for the risky play for the turret plate for more gold, but a recall would have been just fine. Set returns to lane and I finally go back. Time to see where the game stands 9 minutes in. The gold lead is now at 700 gold. Time for some macro knowledge again. Herald is spawning in a few seconds, and in a slower portion, you will see Set pop up from the jungle. Now, I need to investigate safely, so I check Herald before going back into lane. I have a control ward to see if they have vision. It seems like my hunch was right. Get out of here, ward. Even after this, I will lose only one minion. And then, the lane is reset yet again. I still have close to a 700 gold lead. I want that Rift Herald, so we redo what we did before, and try to force Set back so I can secure it. I am also in a position to try to slay him. Well, that worked out fine for me. Check out the minimap. Ahri seems to be roaming top. Now, I have only been focusing on my lane, so I'm not sure what Ahri's status is, so I check and I see that she is super low. I also see Yi's looking for her, so I make myself visible, and it works. She stays and gets caught out by Yi. Time for some greed. I go back to help him and secure a second champion for myself. Now, back to what I originally wanted, the Rift Herald. Master Yi better give it to me this time. Sweet, Herald secured. This is a good spot to be in. Let's check the standings 11 minutes in. Is that an 1800 gold lead? Yes it is. I will now demonstrate an inflated ego after a good play like that. All I had to do was drop the Herald since it does 2000 damage to the turret, but I see I can do it without it. And what happens? Oh no! A wild brand has appeared, and I was slain. What a silly play. Now I might have forfeited that lead I worked so hard to get. What do I do now? My whole team is Baron lane, so why do I need to be there? I will instead rotate to Dragon side. I will use Herald to take their second tier turret and retreat. Ah, dang. Ahri has appeared. I know she has her charm, so I dash out of the way so when she casts it. Turret is gone and Ahri has no CC. That equals a slain enemy. Now that she's gone, I proceed to push safely. Not bad. I took a turret, took down Ahri, and almost got a second turret. Now for silly mistake time, I accidentally pressed my ultimate here. Thankfully, Ashe and Soraka were mispositioned and both were slain. I know Brand is mid lane, so I check his jungle for camps. I also know that his minions are at second tier turret at this moment, and that leads to this almost perfect rotation. Check this out. Ah, that dang Ahri charm got me. So much damage. No need to stick around, so I'll just back. Check it out, Set has 5 kills and I still have more gold than he does. That's the power of wave management. Now we're in the middle of this game. What do most people do? They play ARAM and just fight forever in mid lane. Typically I would go top or bottom side, but I thought I would demonstrate another mistake. A better use of your time is to take the enemy jungle camps. Look, free blue buff. And a wild Set. I can outcombat him now, so I'm not worried. Now, you still see my whole team is mid. What would you do after Set leaves? A lot of people go back to mid, but the right answer is to push out these waves. Now this was a risky play, but I went for it anyway. I got the inhibitor tower, but I also got myself killed. Elder Dragon is spawning in 8 seconds and my whole team is all over the place. Jungler tip, don't go Baron side when Elder Dragon spawns. He leaves Draven to defend himself, but he can't do much alone. Dragons spawn at 17:15 and it takes Yi 30 seconds to even react. And when he does get there, he goes middle lane instead of helping his team. He has Guardian Angel, so he should make a play to steal it, but he doesn't, so I try, but with no success. Although a different play could have been made, this was the best I could decide in the moment. Thankfully, I managed to slay Ahri, and I noticed the enemy team is still looking to fight. Bran is overextended. I will go for him and ignore Set. Senna managed to snare Bran and I go all in. Soraka also overstayed, and we tased her down too. Hopefully Yi sees my pings and goes for Baron. Although it took him a while to get there, he made it. We secured Baron. What's next? Typically, round 2 of ARAM, but I will go Dragon lane instead. Throughout this game I have not played aggressively. I have the most gold simply by controlling the wave at the start of the game. You'll notice my team isn't doing very well either. We're behind in kills. So I hope this game is a reminder that playing patiently can help you win games. Not every game is a win though. You will lose sometimes. It is what it is. You'll also notice the infamous ARAM setup minus myself. At the end of the day, the Nexus is how you win, not kills. You can ignore the pings because obviously I'll be going for the Nexus. And since everyone is mid, the Nexus is free. I just tanked the turret, for no reason. The enemy team has reacted too late, but they can't stop me anymore. And this is how wave management helps you get this beautiful blue screen. Thank you for watching. Please comment below if this was helpful for you, or if you have video recommendations. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Summoners. Have a great day.